Number 11. Alex measured the length of his sofa. He reported the length as 7 feet, accurate to the nearest foot. So this phrase, nearest foot, tells me that it is rounded. The actual length of the sofa must be exactly 7 feet, not if it's rounded. At least 7 feet, at least 6.5 feet and less than 7.5 feet, at least 6.9 feet and less than 7.1 feet, at least 6.99 feet and less than 7.01 feet. So we need to do some rounding here. They're testing my knowledge of the rounding rule. Well, in B, that one is already rounded, 7 feet. I don't have to round that at all. 6.5, that would round up to 7. 7.5, notice it's not 7.5, it's less than 7.5. So that would round back to 7. I'm liking that one. 6.9 would round up to 7. 7.1 would round down to 7. 6.99 would round up to 7. 7.01 would round down to 7. So we've got a lot of 7s going on here. However, let me think a second. Let's do it this way. If you see it already, just go ahead and mark it and stop the video. But if you don't, let's see if we can help. So here sits 7, right in the middle, because that's what we wanted. That's what he reported. Okay, anything from 6.5 and up is going to round up to 7. Anything from 7.5 up would round on up to 8. That would go this way. But anything in this interval right here, between these two, is going to round back to 7. Now, once you get to this point, you could not include the 7.5. That would round up to 8. We're looking at anything from 6.5 to 7.5. Now, the 6.9 is in there. The 7.1 is in there. But that yellow range is much broader than those two. So it can't be D. There are other things it could be that would still round to 7. 6.99 is definitely in there, but that's going to be even closer to 7. That's narrowing that interval a lot more. 7.01, again, those both round to 7, but they're too narrow. We're looking for that interval that is just right. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. These D and E are too narrow. They're too small. We want the interval that was just right, and that's going to be C. And you say, well, it could be at least 7. It sure could, because there's the 7. But there's more in that yellow range than just a 7. So by process of elimination, I can get rid of all of those except C.